Hey, what up, guys? All right, let's do this live build on this Tuesday. Let's just call it a Tuesday because I don't know. There's a lot of today's a day, isn't it? And we could all use something to take our mind off things and enjoy the things that we enjoy, the simple things like building Gunpla. So here we are. Good morning, Johnny, Mercenary, Chin, Hasaki, what's going on? Brian and Revan here. Of course, what's going on, guys? Maximum there's lurking on Twitch. How's it going? Waiting for all of my web shop stuff to arrive a month ahead. Very nice. Yeah, how's it going, David? It's a day, sort of fittingly, a very kind of gray and rainy, dreary day here in Florida. So, yeah, it's a good day to live build and just work on some videos, and ignorance is bliss, right? So that certainly is true. And I'm going to build a little bit out of order, just as you do, and start off with the torso rather than the head. The instructions have us starting off with the head, but I got the torso here. Actually, in the way that I had to kind of separate the parts out here in my organizer box, I've got all the parts for the torso and the backpack together. So we're going to do that, not including the wings anyway, just like the main backpack part, and then like the connection arms for the wings are all here. So there's going to be a bunch of these like mechanical gray parts here. Cold day in Texas and have to work. Yeah. It's one of those days. There's not a ton of like really tiny parts on this. Most of the parts in this kit that are like really, really small are just like the clear parts, like the clear parts for like the camera in the head. The eyes are like separate clear parts, relatively small, not like super duper tiny, but it's a couple of quite small parts in here for the torso for the little Gatling guns in the chest. I think that's it. Okay. Nice to catch the live stream. What's going on, Kay? Thanks for being here. How do you have the SDCS version? Oh, what? Hang on. What? Zach, do you have the SDCS version? That's what I'm building. What are you talking about? Did you guys get hail up in Daytona last weekend? It was intense on Sunday. No, I don't think so. No. Last Sunday, as in like 2 days ago? No, it was what was the weather like on Sunday? Was it what was it like? I don't even remember. Saturday was very pleasant. I was out working in the yard. I had to rent a stump grinder and grind a stump and also move a tree in my backyard, a small palm tree, not like a tree. It was like a smallish palm tree. Yeah, I had to rent a stump grinder, do that, move the tree. I had some help from my friend, so that was good. I'm not building the SDCS version. Yeah, right. Okay. Sorry, Asaki. Do I have the SDCS version? No, I do not. Is there an SDCS version? No, I don't even remember off the top of my head. I know there's a SDEX version. I did build that one ages ago. SDCS Wing Gundam? No, there's not. Yes, there is. Okay, totally forgot about that. No, anyway, no, I don't, and I probably won't build it. That said, I do have the SDCS Crossbone Gundam in that I'm going to be building here probably very soon, probably later this week. I didn't build that when it initially first came out, but I wanted to, so gonna be building that later on this week. MGSD so far, yeah, the Freedom Barbatos and this kit. Yes, that's right. And the problem with this section of the build right off the bat is that this part I think is going to be a little bit complicated. Trying to figure out which part's which. So bear with me for a second. Just kind of looking at this is going to be a bit tricky. I think I can get it. Anyway, yeah, how's it going, guys? There we go. That's pretty easy so far. Not a fan of the MGSD proportions. It will always be SDCS for me. See, I mean, just like briefly looking at the SDCS there for a second, I gotta say, I think that I prefer this kit. I think that I prefer the proportions, everything on this. For the SDCS, you know, it always kind of depends on which version of the frame you want to go for too. And I usually kind of prefer the cross silhouette frame. I think it just looks the proportions I definitely prefer with the cross silhouette frame. But even with that, I think I still probably prefer this kit. It's kind of interesting. At least I think it's raining. It was kind of gray and dreary when I came in. It sounds like it's raining though. Usually like when it's raining, I can hear it. I think it is now, yeah. Oh. Hey, on another note, you know, everything else in the world going on aside, a happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day yesterday. You know, it is what it is, and it's a holiday every year, but kind of a shame that it was very much overshadowed and almost completely forgotten about yesterday. But, you know. Anyway, it's raining in Orlando right now. Yeah. Well, I found that what the heck? Hang on. Okay. I mean, you know how it is here in Florida. It could be raining here, and then one block away, it could be clear. So, I mean, this clear part for in the center of the chest, I'm kind of hesitant to put in there because I'm worried about how the heck am I going to get it out again later. But got to do it. Hopefully I'm able to get that out some way. It's going to be very tricky too. I would recommend to you guys, if you are planning on painting this kit, everything, maybe don't put that. I guess what I could do is just cover it up, just mask it, because I'll probably, even if I were to take that clear part out, this silver part, I would just repaint it silver again anyway, so might as well just mask the clear part and then paint it anyway. But yeah, happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day yesterday. Been to Orlando last August, and man, it was so humid and hot. Being from the UK, yeah. That was before moving here. I had visited Florida. Let's see, I think twice before. Once when I was like probably about middle school, so I don't really remember necessarily what the weather was like at that time. It was in the summer. I'm sure it was hot, but I mean, like, I don't remember it being like particularly agonizing or anything like that. The second time I had come to Florida before was when I was 18, and I definitely remember the weather, being pretty miserable at that time, like just like hot, humid, just miserable. It's the best way to put it. So yeah, that was my impression too before moving here. Now I'm kind of used to it, even when it's humid. Yeah, I've been to basically all of. But anyway, Chris Lamb's talking about Korea. But yeah, in Korea it's very similar. The weather there, actually, it's not. I mean, in terms of like the range here in Florida, of course, like it's hotter for more of the year. But in Korea, it definitely gets like hot, humid in the summertime. But then it does get cold and snowy in the winter, just kind of depending on where you live in the country. Where we were at in the country, in like the south side, we didn't see much snow there, but they certainly get a lot of snow in different parts of the country. Speaking of painting this kit, I would like to paint this kit, so that's the plan. And I have, this is a lot of times what it comes down to for me when it's like a new kit like this. If it's something that I want to paint right away, kind of what it comes down to is like if it's something new. So like here's like the criteria for me, and like what gets me excited about like wanting to paint a kit. Number one, is it new? So yeah, this is new, so it's got that kind of like new item shine on it, right? And then the other thing, is it a design that I like? And yeah, I like this design. I've actually painted the Wing Zero Custom. It's kind of funny that the Wing Zero Custom, this mobile suit, isn't like my favorite. It's not like a Gundam design that I like love, but I've painted this kit twice already. I painted the old Master Grade, and then I painted the MG Arca, and now that I've got this one, I want to paint this one too. So I don't know, not like my favorite mobile suit design, but I wouldn't blame you for thinking that, just because of the fact that I'd be painting it all the time. But I don't know, it's just a design that gets some cool kits. Never had much interest in painting the RG though, but another thing you guys might notice is that I don't paint RGs all that often. It is kind of a bit more here and there. But anyway, yeah, so this kit kind of checks all the boxes for me. Number one, it's new. Number two, it's a design that I like. And number three, I have an idea that I'm excited about. And my idea for this one is like an all white color scheme for it. Sort of like the Snow White version, but the Snow White version's it's like a cold white, and it has like some like different gray and kind of silver tones and stuff. What I want to do is like a warm white, so like a cream, maybe not exactly like quite that cream, but anyway, like warm white, and just like a cup, and then like an accent and like a kind of a little bit more towards cream. So like warm white and warmer white, but like very white. I think will look nice on this one. So the cockpit actually does come out, and you can see like the inside details of the cockpit there. We don't have an actual, oh, that's really cool. I want to show this to you guys. Look at this. So in here, in our cockpit part, you open it up, there's all the details inside there. But if you look, that clear part, or not the clear part, the silver part, the back side of that, the peg feeds through, so that the silver part looks like the kind of, if you remember, like in the mobile suit design, it has like this kind of round circular like computer screen, kind of like that. That's really cool how that silver part makes like the appearance of that, like this, like the Zero system screen right there on the inside of the cockpit. That's a really cool like little detail there. I like that a lot. Nice. That's the kind of attention to detail that kind of gets me, excited about a kit, just because like it doesn't do anything for the kit at all, but it's just kind of interesting, kind of cool to see that was paid attention to. I like it. Somewhere around New Gundam White? No. Well, like I guess maybe kind of similar to like the New Gundam like heavy weapon system version, where it's like a bit more like kind of like warm white, like space white, cream color almost. What action base is preferable for the Zeta Verka or any MG in general? I think that would be the action base, either 4 or 5 or 1. I think 1 is the 100 scale version. Action base 13 is the best one for 100 scale kits, but they don't. Bena doesn't sell it on its own. You have to just get it from a different kit. And there's a number of different master grade kits that do include action base 13. So I mean, if you have other, it's very possible that you might have one already. But Yeah, that's fine. I don't know why Bennett doesn't sell that kit on that action base on its own. Right. Just about done with the torso here. Just gotta put these. If I can find there. Here it is. The Gatling guns. It's not Gatling guns. That's not, what are they called? Um, I don't know. The guns on the chest. I can't think of what they're called. Anyway, don't get the action base 8. Yeah, I think it's either, yeah, for 100 scale. I think it's action base 1, right? Is the like original 100 scale one. 2 is the one for 144 scale kits. 3, I don't remember what's action base 3. But then action base 4 and 5 are like the newer ones. And one, like, I think if I remember correctly, 4 is the one that's for like 100 scale kits. 5 is the one that's for 144 scale kits. But the action base 5, I use that for master grade kits like all the time here just for reviews. It's not gonna have the kit up as high, but usually it can go high enough to get, like, the problem with 100 scale kits is that the action base isn't set up high enough, then the feet will still be touching the ground. The feet won't be up off the ground. But I find that the action base 5 is usually tall enough that it can get the kit up off the ground, and the feet won't be touching. There are a few exceptions where it hasn't worked like that, but usually it works fine. Okay, this should fit on here. Do you have a Zach Aurelius special Discord server? Yes. Didn't we talk about this last time? You asked me about this last time. So yeah, it's for, I do. Or are you asking? Okay. I think perhaps you're asking me just to let other people know, which is fine. Thank you, Revan. But yes, I do have a Discord server, and I think there's in the scrolling text there at the bottom, I think, doesn't it say something about that? If not, I can add that in there. But yeah, if you're interested in becoming a Patreon supporter, which is kind of just helps out, then you can check out that. And why is this not hang on? Yeah, part of the perks of being a Patreon member is that yes, we do have a Discord server. So let's see, is this part not fitting on here? Almost like the one part there is almost like too tall. Oh, okay. Yeah, this part here for the arm to plug onto, when you put this part here on the side, make sure that if this is like up too much, when you go to push this onto here, it'll be in the way. Make sure like you just put it down just a little bit there like that, so it's out of the way of putting this armor panel on the side. And that can go on there nice and securely, I think. Still seems like it's getting hung up on something. There we go. Still feels like something's okay, I see. I see what the problem is. Yeah, the whole, it's not that peg for the arm, it's that whole joint is not pushed down on the peg all the way. There we go. Anyway, all right, so there's our torso. Nice. The Discord of yours is not listed. I had a lot of fun building this kit. I'm waiting for some new shelves to come so I can build my backlog. It's starting to accumulate again. Yeah, that's the problem with getting more kits. Not only are you getting more kits, but then you also need more space to either put the kits or space to display the kits, right? It's an endless battle. Morning, y'all. Morning, Blaze. Billy Burns, what's going on? Hello, what's going on, guys? Welcome. Oh, so we gotta attach this onto the backpack first, like that, and then put this on here. Oh, and I'm actually expecting a call, so if my I was putting that upside down. No wonder it wasn't fitting. All right. Yeah. Okay. You have any plan of doing a review of the B packs accessories for the narrative Burqa? No, not really, Sonsky. So the thing about the B packs is that I really like how it looks on the backpack. Well, yeah, but I mean, like, and like the actual like B packs like actually deployed. Not like super a fan of like the funnels. Like actually, when they're actually in use. That and the like Jagen's half shields that it has on the arms also just look kind of weird and funky. Just look like a couple of weird like half cut off shields. And just, I don't know, not super into it. So yeah, it's one of those designs where there's like some aspects of it I like, some that I don't like. The whole thing with it having the like the equipment, I like how the equipment looks like from the back too, like when the like you have like the kind of circle bits where like the wires stored inside there and everything. So I mean, it looks cool, but yeah, no, I don't think so. That and because, you know, for my, that's another work in progress that I need to get back to and finish is the narrative Burqa. If you guys remember, I was doing a custom build of that too, which yeah, I need to get back to. So there's a number of different unfinished works in progress that I need to finish, but I'm kind of at a point now where I have a lot of stuff built for review. So basically I can take some time to not like, build anything new for like 2 weeks. Maybe I have probably about 2 weeks or so worth of kits that are already built that I can just record the reviews. I don't need to build anything more. So I should use that time, and that's my plan, to kind of use that time. Oh, I realized I forgot the part on the chest here. Can I put this on without taking the backpack off? I think so. Plan on using that kind of space that I gave myself in order to maybe get a couple of painted like projects done. A little bit is the plan. So this part actually we were supposed to put on first as well, so I gotta put this back off again. This goes on here first. This is the cover for the action base point, I think, right there. Okay, so anyway, there's the torso with the backpack, and yeah, it looks good. Can't wait to do the B packs myself to see how it all comes together, and no doubt it's going to be very nice. I do have a few other different P Bandai things ordered. So I got the blue version of the MG Full Armor Gundam, just because I actually prefer like the original green version, but I don't know, until that gets reprinted. If and when that gets reprinted, I will hopefully be able to get my hands on one of those. just because I actually just don't have. So I wouldn't mind at all having both. But for right now, the blue version was available through Bandai, so just went ahead and got that. And then what else do I have on order? What's that? The D. What's that? D something Gundam? What's that one? The other one that has a bunch of wires and stuff. Ordered that one and a couple other things. All right. There's no Apex in MG due to the size of that thing. Just BNC. Yeah. It would be kind of cool, though. I think they might possibly do an Apex at some point. I mean, it would be large, but people would buy it. The D Gundam first. Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah. Have you ever had a kit where everything just went wrong? For example, I've been building the MG P Bandai Ultron, and almost every part either not fit properly, fallen off, or snapped. No, I don't think so. Not really. But I don't know. Yeah, with Bandai kits especially. I mean, you kind of just that's unusual, I guess, to say the least. So I would be curious as to how that all is going wrong, but I mean, I'm sure it's not fun. What do you think about the direction they're taking for the RX in G-Quacks? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not super into that design. You're talking about like the red Gundam, well, the kind of quote unquote RX-78 as well, or the one that that's like supposed to be like the RX-78. Yeah, can't say at all that I love it, but I don't know. My mind could change at some point, certainly. These clear parts for the eyes are nice, but surely are a little tricky. So I left them on a little bit of runner right here just so that I wouldn't lose these parts ahead of time. Will the red RX-78 get a release? I would imagine so, probably, yeah. Hello? Yeah. I'm expecting a call, but it should be from a number that I know. That was like a number that I did not recognize, and I assumed it was spam. That was correct. All right. Really trying to not let this piece fly across the room. Trying to be very careful with it. But yeah, I assume that both the red Gundam and the RX-78-2, which I believe, I'm not sure if this has been actually said or if this is like actually confirmed at all or anything, but my kind of assumption, just based on kind of what I've seen of any information just kind of at a glance, that the red Gundam probably is the RX-78-2 that like we see. Well, I don't know, it's like, I guess I should say, it's very much spoiler territory. So anyway, I think it's the same Gundam. I think it's probably the RX-78-2 having been repainted and rebuilt, reworked, whatever, kind of over time. And that's what we see there later on. Yep. All right, I'll change that just a second. Oh, that's kind of nice that that part is a separate part. Another thing too, I'll tell you guys about this kit is that looking at the runners and kind of how the kit is designed, you can definitely tell, at least what it looks like to me, you can definitely tell that they're planning a, or I don't know, anyway, the kit and the runners are designed in a way that will allow them to release the just regular Wing Burka version of this. So I mean, I don't know. And who knows if they will release that or not? It's just, but at least based on the parts and the runners, that option will be available to Bandai, just kind of based on how everything's designed with this. Definitely you can tell on the runners, and then even on like parts like this, like on the face, how like this is all white, but like the part for under the eyes and the part for the faceplate are separate parts. So if I remember correctly, on the wing Verka, the part under the eyes would be red. So it's a separate part here, so that it can be made as a separate color later. I think I don't remember exactly where the parts were on the runner. They would also have to be on a different area of the runner too, to be molded in different colors. So I could be wrong about that, but just based on what I remember, just looking at the runners though too, just like going through the unboxing of it, to tell the runners were separated for the different versions. Basically having like all the weapons and wing parts kind of separated off on the runner. But yeah, really nice. Really nice so far. Does this have it where the ears will open up? I think that was also a new feature that was added. It's kind of interesting, like every version of this Gundam that we get like new features added to it. And yeah, just like with the MG Verka, the ear wings are able to open up there. Pretty cool. Like part of the Zero system, right? I think. I like that feature of the design. I forgot to put the chin piece on here. Go ahead and put that on there. And part for the top of the head. But just really, really nice details so far. Yeah, this one's gonna be really, really nice painted. So just because there's a ton of great detail on here. So there's another clear part here in the head that I'm kind of don't want to put in because there's not going to be any way to get it out. But when in Rome, got to do as the Romans do. Yeah, it's most definitely going to be P Bandai. I mean, who knows? Both of the versions of the Wing Gundam, both this one and like the Wing Verka, in the RG line were both standard release. I mean, I don't know. That was a few years ago, and Bandai is a bit more into every year, like year after year, we see more and more stuff going the route of P Bandai. So I mean, who knows? But hopeful at least to remember that at least in the RG they were both standard release. So we shall see. All right, and the head, the details on the head, everything looked really, really good. So I gotta say, pretty incredible. One of the reasons why I enjoyed this line so much. As you guys know, I'm not a big super SD fan, but these SD MGSD kits are pretty incredible. I really enjoyed working on the painting with Barbados kit. Time to get to work. Love your videos, Zach. Cheers to Challenge 2025. Thank you, Sansky. Have a good day at work. About time we see another MGEX. Yeah, it might be. No idea what it's going to be, but it'll be something. You know, after they did like the extreme points of the unicorn with its lighting effects and the strike freedom with its different gold. Why is this camera off again? What the hell? I know the battery's not dead. That's strange. I don't know what's going on with that. But... let's try this one. Proto Zero? Oh, that would be cool. Which MG is worth buying? You know, most of them. I would say all of them are worth buying, but you know, that's completely subjective. So, what's worth buying is kind of really up to you. So I'm working on the legs now here next, skipping over the arms just for a moment, just because. All right. That's going on there. Can you guys hear that? I'm not sure if you can hear that or not, but that loud a sound whenever they're rolling a pallet jack out here, like echoes through the floor. Super loud. All right, we got that for the leg frame. The kind of interesting thing about these is that typically the legs on any other like Gundam kit are a relatively like part heavy section of the build because they're usually, you know, longer and there's more parts, but because of the SD proportions, the legs are smaller and they're actually quite simple in terms of the number of parts. Still like a good amount of parts here with this one, but it's not as much as like what you normally expect for like a MG, right? And it looks like, once again with this one, we've got a number of these parts where where like the connection locks. Like you connect the parts one way and then you have to like turn it, rotate it in order to like lock the connection. So that's good. Nice. This means that everything stays connected well. All right, let's see. Where's this part on here? This knee part here. Trying to see. Oh, there we go. Couldn't quite get the connection there for that. And then I'm interested to see what exactly these parts do, because there's these parts right here which have like a joint, some kind of joint built in, which looks like for some kind of articulation or something, but I'm not exactly sure what it's gonna do. We'll find out here in just a second. These parts, they just kind of like open up like that. Why? Is that for the transformation or something, I guess? Maybe. We'll find out, I suppose. Okay, anyway. That also doesn't seem right. And it's happening like a couple of times because these parts are so small and there's like a lot of stuff that fits together. There's a lot of like little slots and grooves for different parts, and so I keep finding myself kind of like second guessing where I'm pushing the part, because I don't want to like force this part onto the wrong spot where it's not supposed to be. It's kind of hard to tell. In some of these cases, it's kind of hard to tell where exactly the part is supposed to go. I'm not sure I'm putting it in the right spot. Positively hyped for the MG Vidar. Yeah, absolutely. MGX Exia with some sort of Trans Am effect. I mean, I don't know what the Trans Am effect necessarily would be. I think the Exia would be a good candidate. But the problem is that it would be a good candidate basically for the same reasons why the Unicorn was, because they could just do like a cool like lighting system in there. And with like the whole point of that line is to kind of like showcase some of the different like basically for Bandai to flex what they're capable of doing. And it's not as impressive to do something that they already did before with the Unicorn, you know what I mean? So I feel like they would probably rather opt to do something new, not another hit just with like a cool lighting effect, as cool as it would be, and as much as people would like it, I think it would certainly be popular. But then again, on the other hand, I mean, what else are they going to do? There's only so many things they can do. I mean, I don't know. They have to kind of get creative with it. Or they're going to have like a, what's the EX point going to be? And that's why I think that possibly something with like a, where the EX point is something related to like the transformation, or it has like some just like crazy elaborate transformation. But I don't know, we've seen that in other kits be very much like an Achilles heel to the kit. So like and also some of the best candidates for it, and we already have like we just got a Zeta Verka, like the V2 and the V2, the V Victory Gundam and the V2 Verka. I mean, maybe you could see like a MGEX. I just don't think that those are popular enough to warrant an MGEX. Like, what's a really popular design that transforms that they could do like a cool like transforming gimmick for? I don't know. Collab bill with Shinome Umi. I don't think that that's going to be possible, just because for a couple of reasons, but probably number one and most importantly, I would assume that it would be just too expensive for me. I'm sure because kind of the level that she's at now, of like being a professional in what she does, she doesn't need to collaborate with me for free. It'd be something like where I would have to pay her, because when you see her do work for like for stuff for like Hobby Japan and stuff like that, I mean, like, she's not just like doing that for the exposure. She's getting paid for that for sure. So she's kind of past the point where she needs any other creators to collab for free on anything, which is good for her. I mean, but yeah, so I mean, aside from any other hurdles that there would be, of course, like the language barrier, and also just the fact that, I mean, who knows if she would even be at all interested in collaborating with another, like with a non-native, or like a non-Japanese person. But I mean, like, there's a number of reasons. Certainly, chiefly among them is that she's a pro and doesn't work for free. MGEX BF1 Valkyrie. I mean, yeah, that's certainly true too. There's no reason why they can't, why Bandai has to make the next MGEX a Gundam kit. There's certainly other possibilities. It could be like, yeah, something from Macross or something like that. Yeah. I think Gundam is their main moneymaker, so that's why they're probably going to stick to Gundam. But yeah, that's certainly possible. They could opt to do something like Macross or Evangelion or something like that. They have other properties at their disposal. When they released the color-changing Mammoth kit, I thought it was a prototype for MGEX phase-shifting C kit. I mean, it's not a bad guess. I think, imagine a Gundam kit that can change color. It would be cool, but I mean, like, it's a Gundam kit that you got to put in your refrigerator to make it change color. I mean, like, it's like a fun kind of cutesy gimmick, but I don't know if it's really like that cool to get people like real excited about it. I don't know. Like, it works for that kind of release, like that Mammoth kit, as like a kids science project kind of model kit. But I'm not sure it would really have that much appeal. Like, it would be, I don't know, kind of cool. Wait a second. How come this is not fitting on here now? Okay. Oh, okay. I see why these parts open up now. So these parts, okay. Let me show you. This is pretty cool. So I was wondering why these parts at the back of the calf open up like that. I thought it was kind of part of the transformation, but actually they open up like that because when you bend the knee, that center white part needs to, it's like part of the double bend of the knee, that part needs to move back so you can get like a super full bend here at the knee with those parts opening up. I mean, I feel like they could have designed that in a way so that just they don't need to make these parts to be able to open up. I don't know, but again, it's kind of about Bandai flexing, and they certainly are flexing with that one. Yeah, definitely. Dude, I'm glad you're over there, not over here. These 10s are painful. What are you talking about? Huh? What? Am I still like half asleep and not reading that properly? But either way, hello, Chris. Good morning. Temperature. Oh. Yes. Is it cold? Unbearable? Yeah. I mean, it gets, I won't say it gets cold here. It gets chilly here, but it's cold enough for me. I do not like cold weather, so I'm, yeah, glad to be where I'm at. If for no other reason than just the temperature, so absolutely. All right, going to move on to the waist section now so that we can put our legs on the Gundam. And amongst the parts for the waist section, I also have the parts here for the weaponry, so we'll do that at the same time. The shield and buster rifles. All right. All right. It's freezing here in NYC, only going to be 19. Yeah, that's too cold for me. Morning. Oh, it's Zeonic Shadow. How's it going, man? Gotta get this kit next week. Yeah, I mean, based on the build so far, I would definitely recommend it. It's really, really nice. But I mean, the previous two kits in the line have also been really nice. I mean, it's no surprise. I'm not surprised, but you know, still enjoying it for sure. Long time no see, Alvin. What's going on? Welcome. First name, last name. My deepest wish is a non-P Bandai design kit for older mechs like Ideon, Leisner, Dumbine. Yeah, then again. Yeah, it's a shame that Bandai has been making like new updated HGs of some of those old like anime mecha. They're all P Bandai. Yeah. I don't get it either, but you know. All right. Waste. Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna separate some of these parts. Like I said, our 4 beam rifles and shield. I'm gonna separate some of those out ahead of time there. And then this one, F20. Let's see, one's gonna go like this. Gonna be kind of tricky to get on there. Turn this around, and the other one is gonna go like that. It's -8, feels like -27. Holy cow. That is terrible. Yeah, not a fan. Definitely not sad to be missing that. Okay. Is that the connections for what? The front skirt, I guess, actually. Yeah, it's a really interesting design here for the hip sections. Very different. Huh. Oh, okay, those are supposed to be folded up like that. All right, okay. Yeah, it's very unique. All right. That and for that. Where's the part that I'm looking for? H11. Let's see. I can put these on first, I guess. Well, let's see. This way. MGX divider. Been a while since any kits from Afterwar happened. Yeah, I mean, X divider would be nice. But yeah, to your point, I mean, anything from Gundam X would be nice at this point. Oh, there it is. See, you just build a different part first, and then the part that you were looking for suddenly appears. There it is. So we got that. These are going to fold in. This part is going to be here. That's going to fold in up into there like that to lock that into place. I mean, this hip section is wild. How this is all like, how this goes together. And this is pretty peak engineering with this. I mean, the hip section, not exactly the kind of thing you typically would think would be anything, you know, that exciting. But I gotta say, it's pretty impressive. We got these parts in here. That should go in. There should be a small gap for this part. There, down there. I guess the part of like why even the hip section as well needs to be at least somewhat more complicated than normal is also just probably because of the fact of the transformation too, right? But still, pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, it's kind of cold and crappy here, but definitely not snowing, that's for sure. Actually, yesterday was colder. I think today's maybe not quite so bad. But I think it is kind of rainy, I believe. All right, next one here. And oh, yeah, of course. The red piece was supposed to go on first, naturally. All right, come off there. There we go. Okay. Then we can put our legs on and build the side skirts and connect the body. And side skirts are, yeah, it's just a matter of a couple of pieces to just pop together very simply. Well, again, what seems to be simply, but like I was mentioning before, I keep having this issue where the parts like feel like it's going together properly, but then at the same time I feel like there's something's not quite right just because of the connections and everything. But anyway, want to make sure that everything's on there as it's supposed to be. There's that. Oh, I'm late, spending too much time into tactics. Ogre. Oh, next MGSD will be something without a big backpack or big wings. It takes up too much space. Well, the Barbatos, MGSD Barbatos didn't have any big, I mean, it had a big weapon, I guess, maybe, but that's kind of about it. Oh, yeah, and let us not forget that we still have the wings to build, which are going to be a whole big thing as well. Actually, do I want to do the shield first or the rifle first? Maybe just the shield and just get this kind of out of the way here. Oh, okay. It's a weird part. How are you supposed to get this thing? You need to like put this peg in, like push it from the side, but you can't like really get to it. Did I get it? Yeah, I think so. Okay. Well, maybe. It is the right part, yeah. But, okay. Anyway. Weird. Still doesn't look quite right. Yeah. All right, hang on. Okay, there you go. Now it's in there all the way. Okay. Yeah, weird. Okay. Got those. And these yellow pieces here. Have a painting stream, would greatly benefit from it. Yeah, I'm planning to, but my plan is to do a painting stream actually soon of painting that Machine and Krieger kit that I was working on. So I don't know if that's exactly maybe what you were looking for. or not, but if you're talking about doing like a live stream of, I guess I could maybe do that. Wait, is that what? Which way are these supposed to be rotated? Because that also doesn't look right. It's not right. Okay. So I didn't have these on here correctly. That looks a bit better. Okay. Let's see. Just seeing your painting methods and you talking through some stuff you're doing would be amazing. Honestly, thanks for the consideration. Yeah, so probably not like a live stream, just because like a live stream is not really, in my opinion, kind of like the best format for what you're looking for. I understand what you're looking for, like something to learn from, right? So you want it to be something that you can kind of like watch and learn, sort of thing, right? But something more like a produced sort of video, I feel like it would be much more beneficial than, I mean, a combination of both could certainly work. So, I mean, a video kind of teaching how, just not like how to do it, but how I do it, at least anyway, painting, and then also a live stream to kind of see it more in practice. Because yeah, I agree, that's like one thing about like a lot of tutorials and how to see from creators, or even not necessarily even like how to, but just like work in progress type videos and things like that. Or like you see like some of these videos where like these really highly produced videos of like showing the process of making the kits, but it's hard to like really learn how to do it yourself just from like watching someone do it like super effortlessly for like 2 seconds. Like, here's my scribed panel line. You're like, so how do I do that? Right? Kind of thing. So definitely like seeing it in practice and being like talked through it and like, here's what to do. Like, oh no, you messed up this part. Here's like something that you can do like to fix that, or like a video that includes troubleshooting, I think, as well, also can be helpful. And just something that just has a lot of detail, because I get it, like for a lot of things like painting, you kind of understand, okay, yeah, essentially it's just painting on the kit, but like there are like small details to consider that, I mean, honestly, it's a lot of stuff that you just kind of learn along the way. But I get that it does just kind of it's helpful to kind of see a lot of that ahead of time. Yeah. So I'll at some point make a how I airbrush, and again, it's very much gonna be how I airbrush, not how to airbrush, because I'm just not like, I can do it well enough for my own purposes, but I'm not at all like an expert on airbrushing kind of thing. I know how to do it well enough to be able to get the results that I'm looking for, and that's just kind of what works for me. And so, yeah, just for like a long time, I didn't really want to do that, just because I don't want people to learn the wrong thing, kind of thing, right? Or learn the wrong way from me. But yeah, I know it's something I need to do. And we got some more nice clear parts here for the cameras on the rifles. These ones, though, fortunately, these clear parts are ones that are going to be very easy to remove later when I need to. So that's good. Maybe Bandai will take us by surprise and give us the MGSD Turn A next. I mean, yeah, who knows? You never know. Whatever it's going to be, it will be something out of left field. No doubt about that. Oh, let's see. Okay. Because the rifles are not symmetrical. Pin. You have to build them separately, and it's a bit different. Building the left and the right side. Don't want to get them mixed up. Okay. Is that? Where does this actually fit onto here? Okay. So yeah, the rifle will extend, which is pretty cool. And this part also will fold up on the side, very similar to like the MG. Basically, the handle is also going to be a bit offset to one side. So okay, all good and well. Let's see for the other side here. Guys, I'm losing interest in building. I build less and less these past months. Does this feeling go away? I mean, I don't know. It may or it may not. I had a friend, I've told this story before, I had a friend who was going through a similar kind of thing. Was like building less and less and was like, yeah, just kind of stressed out about it. And I basically just told him, you know, if you're building less, as long as you're enjoying other stuff and whatever other hobby you have, if you're enjoying doing that more than you are building, then you're still doing something that you enjoy. So I mean, if it just doesn't happen to be building Gunpla at the moment, then that's fine. What is not fine is that I don't know where's this piece. Fortunately, it was there. All right. Yeah, the art style of G-Quax, I mean, the art style generally I like. The mobile suit design, I mean, those are definitely something that it's going to take some getting used to, and I think that's fine. As I have said before, if Bandai just did something by the books, by the numbers, and like it wasn't anything new or interesting or different at all, then we'd be complaining that it's just like the same thing again and boring. But if they do something different and weird and unusual, then people complain that it's too weird. So you kind of can't, it's got to be one way or the other. Honestly, I would have been fine with something a bit more traditional. But, different sometimes is good. The police Zakus look pretty cool. I mean, I haven't looked at the designs. I know that they have had those designs. Like there's artwork that you can see of the designs kind of more in detail, like rather than like how it was like first shown, where you could like see it for half a second in the original trailer. So you can see the design a bit more. I haven't looked that closely at it anyway, but I mean, it does kind of look very cool. Sort of like my impression of it was sort of like a Zaku mixed with a Tyrion, kind of. So I mean, that sounds good to me. Is that how it's supposed to be? I guess so. Seems a bit weird though. All right. There's that, and then what? It's weird. Okay. Ooh, okay. Very interesting. All right, now there are a couple of clear parts here in the arms. The Red Gundam looks okay without those big funnels. Yeah, the funnels look funky. The other thing that I don't really care so much for with the Gundam design is the face. How it looks like it's got like multiple cameras, like where like kind of the mouth is, so it looks like it's like multiple eyes. But I just like kind of can't really tell what I'm looking at, kind of thing. That's kind of like the weird part of the design for me. On there we go. Yeah. Okay. Call it whatever it is, mecha anime, just not Gundam. I mean, like I said, it's definitely different, so yeah. See how it goes. I think another thing that's very much a possibility is that as the series goes along, we may see it go much more traditional. So it could just be like the first few designs and things like that we're seeing from the series are very like different and out there, but what is going to actually be in like most of the series otherwise could be much more tame and kind of normal, quote unquote. That might end up being the case. So we'll see. Could be a I don't foresee this being the case, but I don't know. I mean, I didn't foresee it with Reconquista NG, but it could be a thing like with Reconquista NG where it also doesn't last very long. Could only get just like a single season kind of thing. My first Gundam design, the final Gundam design would be called G-Mu. Yeah, I don't think that, as I said, like in the video before talking about it, like when we first got the announcement, I don't think that the whole like fighting aspect of like the gang fighting kind of thing aspect of the story, I don't foresee that that's going to be like a major part of the plot. I think like that's something that will be kind of part of the story at the beginning, just to kind of introduce the characters and all that. But I don't expect that that's going to be the main part of the story. I'll say all the transformation built into this is pretty impressive. All the transformation into Neo Bird mode that's built into this smaller, very compact scale. This makes for some pretty impressive engineering. Definitely. So let's see. That's got to be this part, right? Yeah, okay. That. No use having good-looking mech, but badly designed kit. Oh, well. The story seems interesting. Yeah, the story. I mean, the concept, I would say, of it. Well, again, I don't want to get too much into any spoilers for people who are trying to avoid any spoilers related to this series. I mean, anyway, I'll just say that yeah, I agree. The concept for kind of what we know about it so far is quite interesting. I can get this part on here correctly. I feel like it's not on there properly. Yeah. I'm gonna try to take this part off the top and put it back on, just because I had this. So just gonna kind of mention this. That again, I kind of mentioned this before, but it's because of how intricate the design is, having a lot of parts that go together in like a small space. I've had a couple moments where I'm just not trying to push the part together, but I don't want to force it because I'm trying to figure out if I have it in the right spot or not, and I think I do. Yeah, I guess it's right, but it's like kind of hard to tell. It doesn't look like it's like my immediate reaction, like looking at that part, didn't look right anyway. So I just would kind of worry if you guys might find yourself in a similar situation where you're putting the part together and thinking like, this looks like it should close up a bit more. It's like, look right here. That gap doesn't look right. But okay, so like there it popped closed. But it's supposed to have a bit of a gap because when you open up, you're supposed to be able to like see some of that frame in there. Like when you close it back up, it doesn't like close back up quite right. I feel like there. We'll see how it is on the other shoulder. We'll see if the other shoulder is different. if the other shoulder looks kind of more how I'm expecting it to, then I'm wondering if I maybe will try taking that apart and putting it back together again, and it should look right. Let's see. The gap is normal. I tried to close it, but mine still has some gap. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I think that's just how it's supposed to be. Looks a bit odd, but I think it's not. Okay. For the other arms should be symmetrical. Okay, so let's see. Put this one here. Yeah, that's what everything that I've been seeing about the G-Quox kit so far is that the kit is really, really nice, which I mean is not really too surprising. It is Bandai after all, so it's not really a surprise that the kit is solid. All right, so there's the phone call I was expecting. So I'm going to put you guys on mute for a second. I got to take this phone call. Okay. Thank you, guys. Just get this. Yep. And I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I don't think so. And that arm is done. Okay. Then the shoulder, right shoulder, left shoulder. Oy. Right? Yeah, okay. That goes there. One there. All right. And close that up. Okay. Now the wings are going to be up next. And I got to tell you guys, excited and also a little bit not that much. Just because they're going to be complicated. But, you know, they're going to look really good. But it's going to be a bit of a process getting them together. So, all right, let me take this construction here very carefully so that I'm making sure. All right, so we got ones here because I want to make sure that this shoulder, like being really careful, make sure it goes together exactly how it's supposed to, so that I can be certain about that gap being correct. And yeah, it does look like that's just kind of the case with that. Okay. It's a bit weird, but all right. Okay. All right. Craft Channel has a nice review on it. Any plans for any Tamiya dinosaur kits? So I do have that Brachiosaurus kit that I have like primed and just sitting here. I need to actually finish that kit. But other than that, no, I don't have any other. I don't own any other ones, and I don't plan on getting any other ones. There's maybe a couple. There's maybe one or two more that like I might be like somewhat interested in, maybe. I think one of them's like a Chasmosaurus or something right there. There's a Ceratopsian one that if I remember correctly, that I thought was kind of cool looking. So maybe that, but that's probably about it. Honestly, the X Plus Jurassic Park model kits are probably the nicer of the dinosaur model kits that are available that I'm kind of more interested in for the time being. And even those too, I mean, like, it's not, you need to actually build them. Just interested at the moment is all. You should add the auto dub on your reviews, like Crafta has. Apparently, I've heard from a couple people in comments that there is like an auto dub on some of my videos because people have said like, "Why am I seeing your video in Spanish?" or something like that. So I don't know. I'm certain it's not something that I've done. Like I'm not like turning it on my videos. But apparently it's something that some people have had when they go to watch. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with that. Yeah. I don't know what else to say about that, because yeah, it's not even like I don't even know where that I've never even looked at that feature, like in like the while uploading a video. I mean, there's all sorts of different like settings and stuff you can tick, but I mean anything for auto dub, I've never even like paid attention to where that even would be. I don't even know. So in attempts to keep these wing parts from not being too messy here, I'm just kind of like spreading them out everywhere. Just have a whole bunch of them. Try to keep some separation here amongst them. These are the ones I'm looking for right now. These ones, these ones, these ones, and these ones, this one, and there should be one more like this. Okay. So it's gonna go here, I'm also very anxious to see how they are handling the seam lines on these parts, and the answer is by just making it into a mold line, at least on the bottom part of the wings here. We'll see on the top part of the wings. I think it's probably going to be the same thing. They just made the mold line as a seam line instead of making it as a separate part that fits over like the top of the wing. I think would have been a better way to go, but this goes here. Yeah, this looks like that's going to be the case. Just a panel line detail running the length of the wing there. Well, all right. Well, it's not a seam line anyway, so that's good. Kind of wish that it just would have been handled as a separate piece, so that we don't even have the very obvious panel line detail to cover up a seam line. But okay. All right. These guys. And this one. Right. This goes here. Huh? Oh, is this supposed to be opened up? I guess so. It's supposed to be opened up first. Okay, yeah. So we opened up so that we can close this part first, and then this will close and it kind of fits in on itself there. So, all right, nice. I mean, the wings look good. How they once again chosen to handle the seam line on these back wings. Can't say I love it. I wish that they would have done something a little bit nicer. So basically, all the way down the length of the wing here and all the way on the underside, it's just made as a panel line detail. So yeah, it's better than having it as a seam line. But I wish that they would have made like this as like a separate part, and then this part, like top part, this looks just like a separate piece or something on there. It would have had to change the design like slightly, but already the design's changed anyway. On it in a number of different spots already. So if they're already making some small like design changes on it anyway, might as well, I think, add some parts there like that. But okay. Now for the front wings, which are going to be a bit more tricky just because of the fact that they're asymmetrical. So I had to make sure I got the right parts for the left and the right side and everything. We also have these cool new clear blue parts here. The other new design feature for this one. And they look really nice. Just show you guys here. They're like with the MGSD Barbatos. They have this like texture molded on the underside so that they look like really super sparkly. Yeah. I'm thinking about, because based on like the color scheme that I want to do for this, I'm thinking about if I can paint those clear blue parts with a clear red, and then the goal will be to change the clear blue to clear purple. I'm not sure how well it would work, but I don't have the runner here. What I should have done is just keep a piece of the runner so that I could try it on the runner. Just try it on like a scrap piece of runner and see how it looks. But unfortunately, I didn't think ahead to do that. So here's like this part too with the wing opening up like that. Definitely some cool gimmicks. And then while I'm here, I'm just gonna build the right side. So I'm looking at the instructions for the left side, but I'm sure I can figure it out. building it the opposite way around here. So that way I don't have to turn the page back and forth again. Well, actually, I guess I wouldn't have to, but I can just go ahead and do this right now for this side. Okay, so anyway, pretty easy so far. The part that I am more worried about is actual wing parts, because just like with the original MG, each one of the feathers, at least from like what I'm looking at with this so far, it looks like each one of the feathers is like individually numbered. Like a really cool thing they did with the MG Verka was they put like different markings, if I remember correctly, like on each of the little bits of wing, so that you could tell which parts were which. Like each one had its own little marking. So that made it really easy. So like, even if you cut out all the parts ahead of time, like how I do, and you just kind of had them all, you could see, oh, like this one's got the 2 dots here, so that you can see in the manual that's part whatever, 6, 7, 8. Not the case with this one, it seems like, but I should be able to figure it out. Let's see. So that's kind of the part that I'm dreading. While I was cutting out all the parts and everything, I was wondering like, ew, should I really cut out all the parts ahead of time on these wing parts, or should I wait and cut them out while I'm building? But then the problem is, even if you cut them out while you're building, you still need to be able to differentiate them later while you're painting, because you have to take apart the kit in order to paint it. So if there's no way to tell the pieces apart by like a molded detail, need some way. And like what I had to do on like the original painting the original Master Grade wing kit, what I had to do is actually put a little piece of tape on each wing, on like the little connection part, and put a little number on it so I could remember which one's which. And with these, you don't have that. So let's see. Gotta figure out which wing is which, feather is which, and there's nothing that differentiates them except that, I guess, okay, so I guess there's 3 sizes. And okay, first of all, we've got this little connection piece on each one, so that's easy enough. We just got to figure out like which one goes which way. So I know I'm a bit off screen there. Sorry about that. But I think that's the end of our parts, so we're good on that. Yeah, it's just a matter of figuring out which one's which. So we'll try to separate these by small, medium, and large. I think could be, I guess, the best way. Because then, aside from small, medium, and large, you have ones that go one way and ones that go the other way for like the left and the right side. So you have to figure that out too, I think. Let's see. Let's have each one has a little connection piece here first. And so that's medium, that's small, medium, large, 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 medium, medium, right? No. And that's small. Those are small. Is there only 2 mediums? Looks like there is only 2 of the medium size. Right? No. How many should there be? There should be 4, so let's see. I think these 2 are slightly shorter, so those 2 are medium. There should be 6 large, 4 medium, and 4 small. Okay, so yeah, that's good. All right, so we got that. Let's see. Now for this size, we need 3 of the larges. 1, And they all should go like this. Here. Here. And here. All right. So far, so good. At least I think that's right. Then of the mediums, you need these to go the same way, like that, there, and there. Okay, and then the small ones here, and here. Okay, so I think I got it. I think that's probably right. It looks right anyway, so sure. That's that. And we'll go on here. Is there, okay. That for the other side. So again, we have our large ones here at the bottom. It basically just goes like large to medium to small. So in terms of like where they're placed on here, it's pretty simple. There we go. All right. So it was pretty painless. Wasn't too bad at all. And there's our Gundam. Beam rifles and shield. Very cool. All right, yeah, really, really nice. But again, not too surprised about that, considering how the line has been so far with the first two kits. But yeah, very, very cool. All right. So what do you guys think? There's a long, medium, and short feather. Yes. Yep. It does look nice for sure. The wings are like complex, but it wasn't as bad. I was kind of expecting to like really have a hard time with those, but it wasn't too bad. Here's like kind of how that expands. Got this section that just extends out like that, and then these parts will open up like 1, 2 sections like that, and this part extends out like that. So you do see a good amount of this silver frame in there, and then the clear blue parts as well. You'll see, and yeah, it looks pretty nice for sure. Back wings, pretty simple, just kind of opens out like that. And it's not like on the MG, it's like kind of geared so that this part will like open automatically. But that looks nice. So, all right, cool. Cool deal, and looking forward to painting it for sure. So that's gonna do it for, what's up, Mike Jones? Finally caught your video, what's up? That's gonna do it for today though. Actually, we're just about done. So I'm gonna work on the review for this. Also gonna work on the review for the kit that I built the other day, the Drackle, the Oracle. Gonna work on both of these kit reviews for you guys. And then, like I said, I've got a bunch more stuff actually already already built and prepared for reviews that I just need to kind of work on. And in the meantime, while doing that, I can work on some painted builds too. So stay tuned for that. And as always, thank you guys so much for all your support. Hope you guys are doing well. And yeah, I can't say, at least for me anyway, that I feel great today, but you know, let's do our best, right? So, okay, that's it for today. See you guys later. Bye.